Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Design with Ruzbe. Today I have exciting news. Starting today, I'm going to work on CSWP practice problems. As you know, when I started this page in this YouTube channel, my goal was to finish CSWA questions. However, recently, you noticed that SolidWorks uploaded a new version of CSWA with more than 250 questions and also CSWP package. So my goal was to finish CSWA, but I got so many feedback and comments in this YouTube channel that people asked for the solution for CSWP. Maybe they're not interested in CSWA questions, or they already have their certificate for CSWA and they want to work toward the CSWP certification. So I thought in order to cover both tastes here, I'm going to work in parallel on two different problem sets. So during the week, you'll see some solutions will be posted for CSWA and some solutions will be posted for CSWP. And whoever interested in CSWA package, they can follow the playlist for CSWA, and whoever is interested in CSWP package, they can follow that playlist. So I hope this method works for everyone. At the end of the day, my goal is to help you guys with understanding all these questions and providing proper solution for them. So without further ado, let's focus on the first question in this problem set, which is question 11.1. So in this question, unit of measurement is IPS. Like always, we need to ensure we are using the same unit of measurement in SolidWorks setting. Now, the whole idea in this problem set and in this chapter is to help you understand how to use hole wizard. So the geometry is pretty much simple. All you need to care about is how to use hole wizard. In this question, I'm going to focus on a top view. I make a 2D sketch of this top view, and then I will use extrude boss command to make it like a 3D model. And then as a last step, I will focus on making these holes. So with this introduction, let's jump into SolidWorks and start modeling this part. In SolidWorks, first we need to check unit of measurement, and you can see that we have millimeter gram second, which is not correct. Click on this drop down menu and change the unit to IPS. Now click on a sketch. Click on a sketch and choose top plane. This is a symmetric geometry, so let's make a symmetry line here. Now click on line command and make a rough 2D sketch. I start from here, I go to right, to here, and that's it. Looking at the top view, you can see that the overall width of this geometry is 7.5 inches. The distance between this line and the right side of the geometry is 3.5 inches. The overall height of the geometry in this section is 3 inches. So when I dimension this, I go to the other side of the symmetry line, and this dimension should be 3 inches. And the overall height on this side of the geometry should be 4 inches. Okay, so now we have a fully defined sketch. Next, let's add chamfer. According to the top view, we need 0.2 inch and 45-degree chamfer. So what you can do from a sketch, you can click on the drop-down menu, choose a sketch chamfer, and change this dimension to 0.2. Because it's equal distance, it's going to be automatically 45 degree. So select this corner, and click on OK. We also need 0.25 of an inch fillet. So click on fillet command, change the number to 0.25, and click on this corner, click on OK, and that's it. Awesome. So now we have the geometry. Let's complete this geometry by using mirror command. From the sketch, click on mirror entities. For entities to mirror, you can simply select all these edges. For mirror about, I'm going to select this center line, and now you can see the preview. Click on OK, and that's it. So now I have a fully defined sketch. I click on feature, I click on extrude bus. Looking at the front view, we know that we need 0.5 of an inch thickness. Change the direction, and that's it. So that's the base of the geometry. It's pretty much simple. Next, we'll focus on hole wizard. Before I start using the command, let me show you what details you can find in a hole wizard command. In order to use hole wizard, you can go to feature and select this command, hole wizard. Now here, you see multiple options. The first tab is all about a specification of the hole. When you're making a hole in a geometry, you can have different type of screw and different type of hole. That's why you see all these specifications here. The first part is hole type. So you have different types of hole. For example, here, this one is a counterbore, this one is countersink, this one a simple hole, and this one is a threaded hole or straight tap, basically different variety of holes. Next is the standard. It's important to understand what type of standard you're using. If you're in a metric unit, most probably you're using ISO standard. If you're in IPS or imperial unit, most probably you're using ANSI. In this case, for example, it's ANSI inch, which is imperial unit. Type basically means type of fastener you want to have. Socket head, flange head, different style of fasteners. Size is basically the number or size of the fastener. Fit, normally that's related to the hole size. You can have loose feet, you can have normal feet. These are the specifications that people need to give you in order to make the hole. And some other setting like end condition, some optional setting. I don't want to go into details. If problem needs us to go into details, we can always discuss it. But for now, I just wanted to introduce hole wizard command to you. After specifying all dimensions and everything here, you can click on the next tab, and in this tab you can specify the location of the hole. So you can have a sketch already built in your model and simply select that sketch, or you can select the 3D sketch and simply put the hole here, or the third option is directly select the surface and put the hole wherever you want to put it. Okay, I hope this brief introduction is enough. Now let's focus on making the holes, and then I'm going to show you how to use this command. As I mentioned, in positioning of the hole, when you use hole wizard command, you can have two different approaches. The first one is to have a sketch already made in your model and then use that to make a hole. Or the other approach is to make a hole on a surface and then start adding dimension. My preference is to always define the location of hole before using hole wizard. So let me show you how I'm going to solve this question. In order to define the location of the hole, I click on a sketch, and I choose top surface. For size 8 holes, all the holes on this side of the geometry, you can see that we have 9 holes. I don't need to necessarily model all of them. I can only model one and then use linear sketch pattern to make the rest of them. So let's only focus on the top left one. In order to define the location, I click on point command. You can see here from sketch, point, and I put a point here. Now, looking at the top view, you can see that the distance between this point, the hole location, and this wall should be 0.75 inch. Click on the smart dimension and add this dimension, 0.75. Also, let me draw a center line because I need that center line. The distance between this hole and the center point should be 1.25 inch. Okay, so now you can see the position of this point is fully defined. So we're good. What about the other hole, the hole on this side of the geometry? Let's click on point command. Let's make a point here. Now the distance between this point and the left wall is 2 inch. And the distance between this point and mirror point should be 1.625 of inch. Awesome, so now the location of this point is also fully defined. Exit this sketch. That's all we need to do. Now it's time to use hole wizard command. Click on feature, click on hole wizard, and now we are going to choose the specification of the hole. If you look at the drawing, you can see C bore. C stands for counter bore. So when you're selecting this specification, you can see that the left one, this one, is counter bore. So this one is the one that we need to use for this hole. Next, the standard. ANSI inch is absolutely okay. This is good. Next one. If you look at the specification on a drawing, we need socket head cap screw. So click on this drop down menu you have multiple options, and then here you can see that I have socket head cap screw. Click on it. And for the size, click on this drop down menu and choose size 8. Okay, that's it. We don't need to care about the rest of the settings here. Okay, so now I click on position, because in this case the size of these two holes are different. If I click on an existing 2D sketch, SolidWorks automatically apply size 8 to both of these holes, but I don't want this. 3D sketch, I don't want it. I go with the third approach, which is just clicking on the desired surface. You can see that this is the surface I want to put the hole on, right? So just click on it, and now this surface is selected, and you can see the preview of the hole, right? Simply put this hole right on this point. We know that the location of this point is correct. Click on it, and that's it. Click on OK, and that's it. So SolidWorks automatically created the hole for you. Awesome. So now we have this hole. All I need to do is to use linear pattern to make 8 more holes. In order to do this, you can click on feature, you can click on this drop down menu, linear pattern, and choose linear pattern. So now we need to select the direction. For the first one, I'm going to select this edge, which is X direction. I need 3, and the distance between the holes should be 1 inch. So I change the dimension to 1. Of course, the direction is wrong, so click on reverse direction. That's it. For the second direction, click on this edge, and that's a Y direction. I need 3, and for the distance, I need 1.25 of an inch. And now you can see the preview. Click on OK, and that's it. So that's the whole pattern that we need in this part of the geometry. Now let's focus on a size 10 hole. Again, same thing. From feature, click on hole wizard. A specification, they're mostly the same, like it's a counter bore, ANSI inch, socket head cap screw. For the size, just change the size to size 10, and that's it. Click on position, select this top surface, and then here you can put the hole right on this predefined point. Click on it, click on OK, and that's it. In order to make the other hole, I can simply use mirror command. So click on mirror command. For the mirror face, click on the drop down menu and choose front plate. And now you can see the preview. Click on OK, and that's it. Okay, that's it. We covered every single feature in this geometry, so now it's time to check the volume and make sure that this model is correct. Let's go back to the question and check the total volume. In the question, you can see the total volume here. The total volume is 12.7 cubic inches. Now let's go back to SolidWorks model and check the volume for our model. In SolidWorks, in order to check the volume, you can click on Evaluate and then Mass Properties. And here you can see the volume. The volume for our model is 12.7 cubic inches. This is showing that our model is correct and there's no problem with it. Okay, that's it. That's a wrap for this video. In this video, we covered kind of preliminary introduction to hole wizard command, and you learned how to use this command for simple geometry. I hope you liked this video. If you have any comments or feedback, please leave comments down below. Thanks again for watching. My name is Ruzbe. Hope to see you again soon in the next videos.